to use any leftover yarn that you have. As you can see, all these squares have used different yarn colors because these are just leftover yarns from previous projects. And since many of you have been asking the size of these squares, actually these squares, they measure about 8 by 8 inches. And I have made about a total of 24 squares to make a cardigan. So therefore now I'm just going to show you how I'm going to join these squares. To join them, I'm going to use a yarn needle and the same yarn color that I have used to make my edges for the squares for the perfect invisible joining. And I'm going to start in these corners. Since in each corner there is about 2 single crochet stitches, so which means I'm going to work in these other loops that are facing me. So which means for this square that's on my side, I'm going to work in these loops that are facing me, and on the other square I'm actually going to work in the loops that are facing the other side. And I'm only going to work in one loop each for each stitch. Just tie here at the beginning to fully secure your work and to avoid your work from undoing itself. You can also bring this yarn tail to work it in also to avoid having so many yarn tails when going to at the end of your project, I mean. Now just to continue doing that all the way until you have fully joined all your squares together. Like this. So just go ahead all the way until here. So once you reach this point and you're going to attach other squares to it, so which means you're just going to place these other grannies, another square like this, as well as another more square, for example like this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach these other squares to this one. So since this one's as for sleeves, but since for the front panels you are just going to continue all the way until here. Once you reach here, you're just going to secure, tie your work, cut off the yarn, add another more square on top here to make a total of 3, because each front panel consists of 3 squares. So like I said, once you reach the corner here, just try to work into these other first loops also. And just continue doing the process all the way until the end. Just try to bring your work together like this. For now they might not seem to be so close to each other, but as soon as you are done working across like this, next you're going to join your squares from this side all the way up like this to bring this part nicely together. Just like that. So which means this is how the other side is going to look like. So it's very much up to you if you want maybe to use this side as this side. So which means this is how the outside of the cardigan is going to look like if you work on this side vs this one. It's very much up to you which one is going to be the right side. As you can see, so for the back panel I have used the other side, so which means this is how my work looks like on the other side as well as this other side. While for the front panel I have also done something similar to the other one, so which means the wrong side of the cardigan is going to look like this. But if you like this joining part more, you can do the same, so which means you're going to work with the wrong side facing up if you want to achieve this look as the outside of the cardigan. So next I'm going to join my squares across like this, and still I'm just going to start in these corners, and I'm just going to work in those one loop at a time. Just like that, just to bring your squares together. Just try to pull your yarn a bit tight like that. So just continue doing the work until you have fully joined all your squares together. Or you can join your squares by working on the wrong sides, but you're going to work in the loops that are facing each other. Let's just try that to see how the other side is going to turn out looking like. So which means this time around I'm working with the wrong sides facing up and the right side facing down, and instead of working the loops that are on the outside, I'm going actually to work on the loops that are inside. So which means I'm going to work in the front loops instead of the back loops this time around, and these loops that are facing each other, just to see how the outside of the cardigan is going to look like. So it's very much up to you to choose which side or which option you're going to go for, depending how you want your cardigan to look like. Mainly the outside of the cardigan, how you want it to turn out looking like. So which means the outside of the cardigan is going to look like this. So it's very much up to you to choose which option is going to look best for you. So you can just go ahead until you have fully joined all your squares together, depending on the option that you want to use to join your squares together. In this tutorial, I'm going to show how to crochet this easy retro daisy granny square duster cardigan, and you can also find the squares tutorial on my channel, and I'm also going to link it in the comments. About 8 inches, and you can use any yarn color you have at hand, and you can use as many colors as you want just to create a colorful cardigan. As you can see, I've used different colors. And I have used 100% acrylic ZK yarn and a 4mm crochet hook, although for the ribbing I'm going to use the 3.75mm crochet hook, a scissor, stitch markers which are optional, and measuring tape which is going to be optional also. And for the edges, as you can see, I have just used a different yarn color, but you can pretty much use any yarn color. You have either the same yarn color for each square or different ones, but for me I've just used color to make my edges. So next I'm just going to show you how I'm going to join these squares together. And when joining your squares, just try to make sure you are trying to play around your colors. Don't try to have the same color after each other. As you can see, this is just how I'm going to layer my squares, to make sure different colors next to each other. So, and I'm going to use this other color, and you can use any one color to join your squares, for as long as it's also having the same thickness as the one you have used for your squares. And I'm still going to use a 4mm crochet hook, and I'm going to join my squares using a single crochet stitch. And I'm going to start in this single crochet stitches in the corners. Since in each corner I have placed 2 single crochet stitches, so which means I'm going to start in one of them, just like that. Make sure you have made a slip knot, chain 1 to fully secure, single crochet back into that same stitch, grab the other square like this, into this first single crochet stitch also for the first corner for the other square like that. Make a single crochet into the next single crochet stitch, just like that. So now just continue making single crochet in each stitch, and remember you must grab both loops for each square, just like that. So just continue making single crochet in each stitch all the way until the end. Once you reach here, I'll come meet you here to come show you how I'm going to add this extra 2 squares to these ones. So once you reach here, just try to attach the next squares to the other one. Actually, just try to look also for the chain 2 spaces in the corners, like that. And just make single crochet like you have done for the previous squares, and just continue making single crochet in each stitch all the way until the end. Reach the end here, just chain 1 and you can cut off the yarn, because next you're going to join your squares across like this, and you're just going to use the same method you have used when you have joined your squares like this all the way till this side.